This book is called Pete the Cat and His Four Groovy Buttons, written by Eric Litwin and art by James Steen. Groovy means really, really cool, really awesome. See if you can remember what the name of this page in the book is. It's called the title page because it has the title of the book. Title is your name. My title is Miss Weber. Your title is whatever your name is, but this book is titled Pete the Cat and His Four Groovy Buttons. Pete the cat put on his favorite shirt with four big, colorful, round, groovy buttons. He loved his buttons so much he sang this song. Let's start with the turquoise button at the top and count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. My buttons, my four groovy buttons. My buttons, my four groovy buttons. Pop! Oh no! One of the buttons popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? Try to think in your head. Say out loud how many you think are left. 3. 4 minus 1 equals 3. Put your finger on the blue button and let's count down and see how many buttons are there. 1, 2, 3. 3. Groovy. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My buttons, my three groovy buttons. My buttons, my three groovy buttons. Pop! Oh no! Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? Let's think. He had 3 and 1 popped off. Think in your head and then say out loud how many you think he has. 2. 3 minus 1 equals 2. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My buttons, my two groovy buttons. My buttons, my two Pop! Oh no! Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? He had 2 and 1 rolled away. Think in your head and then say out loud how many you think he has left. Did you get it right? 1. 2 minus 1 equals 1. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My button, my one groovy button. My button, my one groovy button. Pop! Oh no, the last button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? He had 1 and that 1 popped off and rolled away. Think in your head and say out loud. 0. The number for nothing is 0. 1 minus 1 equals 0. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. Pete looked down at his buttonless shirt, and what do you think he saw? His belly button, and he kept on singing his song. My button, still have my belly button. My button, still have my belly button. And Pete says it's all good. I guess it simply goes to show that stuff will come and stuff will go. But do we cry? Goodness, no. We keep on singing. Buttons come and buttons go. The end.